When Rock Band 4's Setlist was released, it was met with a chorus of meh. At least it was by me and all the people I knew who saw it. There was just a lack of memorable songs. Of course, music taste is subjective, but this is what I thought. Though it did have a lot of high-profile artists like System of a Down, Queens of the Stone Age, Fall Out Boy, and Rush, they had weird decisions for their songs. So while my opinion of it isn't the best, it'd be silly to say it was devoid of anything good. It does have a few killer songs in there that I was glad to see. Metropolis Part 1, Short Skirt, Long Jacket, and Still Into You were all songs that I was really happy to see and play in this game. And it inspired a love for songs like Friday I'm in Love and Your Love that I never knew I had. And just like any other music game, it introduced me to plenty of songs I'd never heard of. And even more impressively, it turned me onto songs that I didn't anticipate myself to enjoy at the level that I do. So here, I'm going to count down the top 5 surprise hit songs of the Rock Band 4 setlist. Number 5. This one is a bit of a gimme because I actually like ska music. Well, mostly third wave ska, because I've never taken the time to listen to that mid-20th century reggae ska, nor do I have any intentions to. My tastes lie within Streetlight Manifesto, Real Big Fish, and Goldfinger. And so I was shocked to discover just how much I enjoyed the impression that I get by the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Now the main reason this one is a shocker is because the only other Stone song I had heard was Where'd You Go, because it was on Rock Band 2. I didn't much care for it then, because it wasn't that interesting to play or listen to. And I think I still agree on that. It doesn't have any punch, you know? And that's what I like in my ska. Fast, upbeat, poppy. This one's full of long, slow tones. Where'd you go? Feels like they wrote a song about how uneventful Tuesdays are. It picks up in a couple parts, but then it returns to the slump. But I'm not talking about that song. I'm talking about the impression that I get. It's like twice as fast, and it has shouting in the chorus. That's the kind of shit I want in my Rock Band game. And I also totally identify with the message in the song, which is basically, some people have been through tough times and had to knock on wood to get through. I haven't, and I'm glad I haven't, because it looks awful. And the fact that it's a joke and BoJack Horseman scores at some points too.
You don't want to listen to the Boss Tones together. That's the impression that I get. Is it the impression that I get, though?
Yes, that is the impression that you get.
Number 4. As I said before, I like my music to have punch. And sometimes I like shit real loud and frantic, whether it's clean like Venetian Snares or Mars Volta, or rough like Fall of Troy or Anthrax. I like my noise. But I mean, there's a limit. I don't like Visions in Rock Band 2. That's a bit too far into the noise end. But Dream Genie by Lightning Bolt is right in the spot of interesting, loud, and frantic. Yeah, I get that not many people like this one, but I think comparing it to Visions is a bit unfair. This one I initially had some issues with, but I got over it and quite like it. Admittedly, I find it a lot more fun to listen than to play to, especially since they haven't implemented a practice mode yet. I gotta say, playing it on guitar is actually not that fun, but playing it on drums is, They really can't get practice mode fast enough. And the vocals are completely incoherent, but I like it more and more with every listen. It's also interesting to note that, according to this video that I found on YouTube of them playing live, it's just 2 dudes. One on drums that also sings, and just a bassist. Like, there's no guitar, it's just a bass. I think that's pretty cool. Number 3. Rock Band has always been a bit hit and miss with its indie or electronic stuff. Though most of the main set lists have avoided relying on disco beat songs, the indie end of the spectrum isn't the most consistent. They can be fun and upbeat like Tongue Tied, or they can be kinda meh like Combat Baby or Something Big or Something Brighter. But the standout song in this was Birth in Reverse by St. Vincent. I was completely unaware of St. Vincent, but a friend of mine was very excited to hear it. I was a bit skeptic because the indiness and the pomp dance-ness of it, but this is an absolute blast to play, and a fun listen. I often relied on this one when going through the awfully restrictive career mode for a fun on-disc song to fill up a setlist. I love the upbeat feel of it, and I don't even mind the disco drum charting of it, though a 7 tier? Maybe a bit of a stretch. Number 2. Remember what I said about indie stuff? I was about to say the same about pop rock, but it turns out I actually like a lot of songs that Rock Band classifies as pop rock. Your Love, The Middle, and anything by Duran Duran can never go wrong. The thing I do hate, though, is the toothless, easy-listening stuff. Slower or gentler. When I play my music games, I want to rock out. Let's get some songs I can scream to, yeah! And then sometimes songs like Milwaukee show up, and I just can't really describe it. Music's a weird thing. Songs are so short and can be similar to each other, but I can love one and hate the other. What does Milwaukee have to offer? It's not fast, but it is upbeat. It's not loud, but it is confident. The duo of the both sing in a comfortable range, and they perform with a lovely harmony. It sounds like they enjoyed recording and singing this song. It's just a really happy song that feels good, you know? I hesitate to say that it's got soul because that's such a cop-out description, as well as really difficult to actually attribute. But it's the reason I like this song over the U2 songs. The U2 songs just feel kinda lifeless, while this one's got all sorts of energy. It's not there to prove a point, it's just happy to exist. Number 1. This will be an easy one to guess based on the preface. I don't like country music. I don't identify with it. I don't really care about things that most country artists sing about, and it definitely doesn't help that all the country I'm exposed to nowadays is that identical massive wishy-washy bro country songs. This is how we roll. Or are just completely boring. Rock Band 4 has 2 country songs. It has Little White Church, which sucks, and it has Start a Band, which is wonderful. How do I begin with this one? I was skeptical of it when I first scrolled past it through the set list. Devil Tear on guitar? There's no way. Brad Paisley and Keith Urbam? Those are 2 people whose names I've heard a lot and use music I've never heard. Unless you count the embarrassingly bad Paisley collab with LL Cool J, Accidental Racist.
I'll forget the iron chain.
But I eventually got down to it and played it for the sake of some PlayStation trophies. And surprise, it's one of the most fun guitar songs on the whole goddamn disc. It's kind of difficult to describe. I mean, it has all those musical country tropes that I don't really like. Moderate tempo, slide guitar, twang. I don't know, it just feels happy. It sounds like they're both genuinely happy about it all. And it helps that it's not about girls or trucks or, I don't know, other country song classic subjects. It works for a lot of reasons Milwaukee works. I'm not familiar with a lot of country, but I do enjoy it because it seems like it doesn't have to be something else, even if it does jokingly play riffs of other well-known rock songs.
Girls that were too cool to talk to, they'll be waiting in a line out back. Might get your picture in a hometown paper, maybe buy your...
The dueling guitars are super fun to play along with to the mini solos, and it's a great fun song to sing along with. Though it's not one that anybody will be shouting to, it's just an all-around real fun, happy song. So, while Rock Band 4 didn't have the most exciting set list for some people, it did have some hidden gems for me. And I enjoy that. It's fun looking back at the songs that I fell in love with the games that have introduced me to them. And I'm glad to know that I can always still be surprised by artists and genres that I had previously written off. Because subverted expectations are fun.